I've noted the attendance with the Blazers. I think Danny told me last year they were 15th in the league, which for us is like not great.
No.
This should be a sold-out, hey, man, we haven't had anything really to care about, so why not go to the Moda Center on a Friday and scream your butt off?
Yeah, it's a Friday night. That helps a ton, too.
I would expect the energy to be pretty good tonight to see if the
so.
Blazers can push for the 8 seed.
Yeah, you would think so. I mean, look, it's a game that has something on the line, which is a thing that we have not had in Portland in a very long time, so I'm not going to poo-poo the entirety of it. I'm still hoping that they lose in the play-in and get a lottery pick because I still think that's the best outcome for your long-term future instead of being a sacrificial lamb in the play-in next week.
I don't like to
Doesn't take away from the energy and the atmosphere, which I'm sure will be great at Moto tonight. And I don't think it really matters that much whether you win or lose tonight. Like, you have to win one less game, technically. If you win tonight and you get the 8 seed, you win that game on next Tuesday. You're the 7 seed, and then you don't have to play another one. But either way, you're going to have a chance to win the play-in, whether you're the 8 seed or the 9 seed.
Do you feel good about their chances to win?
Tonight or in the play-in?
No, tonight.
Yeah, I mean,
the play-in, if
I
they
don't
win
know,
tonight,
I don't know about
they have 2
good.
chances.
I don't know if I feel good about anything with them lately because they've been a very weird and funky team, and we like their chances. I would say they have.
Than the Clippers?
I mean, I haven't watched the Clippers night in and night out. I'm not going to pretend that I have. I know that they got killed by the Thunder the other night, but that's also not a unique thing. Everybody gets killed by the Thunder.
We kind of killed them?
We did. We dominated that game, and then we just played in San Antonio without their 2 best players, and they dominated the entire game. And we made more threes than we've ever made in the history.
Spurs, though. That's going to be
without their 2 best players.
I know, but
without their 2 best players.
They still have De'Aaron Fox.
Okay.
They've got Carter Bryant. They got Luke Cornett.
Like that.
That's a stacked roster.
No, it is not. I mean, it is, but no, it's not.
Devin Vassell?
Those are good players.
Devin Vassell?
You should win that game.
Harrison
and also,
Barnes?
when you make a franchise record for threes, you should probably win and not blow an 18-point lead, and they did that in their last 2 games. So I think they're going to win tonight. I'm actually going to gamble on them to win tonight. This has Blazer blowout win written all over it. You're back at home. Environment will be
feel
good.
like that too.
You make a lot of shots. You're not going to blow the lead at home. So I think that they'll win tonight. But do I feel good about it? There's nothing about this team that makes me feel good.
Well, also, what are we classifying as a blowout for this game? I'd say if you win by 8
Similar
or more.
to the last one. I mean, what was the final when they were in L.A.? Because the Clippers made a couple of runs here or there. I was in Hawaii. I didn't watch the game.
The closest they think they cut into that was like 7 or 8, and every time Portland
the Blazers would respond.
They'd pile it right back up. So they beat the Clippers 114 to 104.
But so it's a 10-point win. So, yeah, that's the kind of easy win that I'm looking at tonight if they pull it off.
So something you brought up there, and I'm not one to love to, like, harken back to other content I've done, but I literally talked about this yesterday with Richmond, and you just brought this up organically. He asked me what I hope happens. And I'm already ready for Reddit to hate me more. Like, I probably didn't give the answer they want to hear. There are 2 ways to view this. They win tonight, they're the 8 seed. Yep. They'll have 2 play-in opportunities. Whether they're the 7 seed or the 8 seed, we'll have to wait and see on that one with the play-in.
Hey, you beat Phoenix next Tuesday. You're the 7 seed.
I think if they win, I think they're going to make the playoffs. Personally, I just think the way they're playing, they will. That being said, if you have a choice, and I said I lean slight miss because this is one of the deeper drafts, and I'd rather convey the Chicago pick next year because that draft, according to all the pundits, that draft sucks.
It's not as good.
Now, I always kind of poo-poo that. I think we way overestimate drafts sucking or being great. Like, is it going to be Cooper Flagg, Cam Boozer, DeBonsa good? No. But are you going to find really good basketball players from 5 up? Yeah, you will. It's too international. There's too much development that happens in basketball now to not.
Our best young player came from a draft that sucked. Donovan Clingan was in the worst draft of all the drafts. We got him at 7, and he's the best of our young players.
There's going to be a guy that makes first-team All-NBA that we chose not to draft, and we took Zach Collins instead and Donovan Mitchell. He was not a top 5 pick. So there's good talent every year in the draft.
Thanks for that reminder.
That being said, I leaned that way, and Richmond said he'd rather them make the playoffs because he'd rather just be done with the Chicago convey pick thing. And I get it.
I understand it.
But I still think I'm a little right, even though I think I'll ultimately be wrong because they'll make the playoffs.
Well, and I think either way, you can sell it not making the playoffs is desirable for 2 different reasons. One, to your point, it's a very deep draft, and you might end up getting a valuable player. Not to mention the fact that, look, it's very slim, but we've seen a number of drafts in a row in which what has happened? A team with very slim chances has jumped up. That's the difference sometimes in the NBA, is the luck of a ping pong ball changing the trajectory of your franchise. If San Antonio doesn't have Wemby, they're a good team. They're a playoff team. They're not a title contending team.
I don't know if they're a good team.
I mean,
look
at the Western Conference, though, right? Like, without him, and if the rest of the roster is the same, you're a back end of the playoff team. Like, would they be better than us? Or would they be in the mix with us?
They probably tank. They probably don't have Fox.
Maybe
they didn't make that.
They
Fox
wouldn't have made that trade.
Wemby.
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
But Castle, Harper's been really good. Like, they have other good young players, but they're not what they are without him. And so the Dallas is going to be in the mix in 2 years because of Cooper Flagg. That's what it takes. So give me my 1.5 or 2% chance at that happening. And if it doesn't happen, I either have the choice of, one, taking a player who might bring value to the roster right away, as long as you don't take an international prospect again, who can maybe come in and play some valuable minutes for you. Or what do we all think Tom Dundon's going to try and do this offseason?
Shake things up.
Yeah. Make a big move, right? Let's have a nice little splash. You know what helps with that? Hey, we got all of Milwaukee's future draft picks. Oh, and by the way, here's the 10th overall pick in this year's draft that's a deep draft. Like, when I'm thinking about ways that this can get better, I don't know if there's a move out there this summer that takes you from where you are to being an actual contender in the Western Conference. That's a very difficult step to take and a very big jump to take, and I know we'll get to that in a moment.
Yeah.
But I want to have as much ammunition as humanly possible, and that's a bullet that I want in my chamber, if you will.
It's patience, right, to get to that point, and I know 4 years on, going on 5 is like, that's a lot of patience, but it does take patience. We got into an argument yesterday, or an inter-office debate, I should say, not an argument, about what they should do, what they can do, and I think there's a lot of context lacking.